Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Cooking Every Food in the Game. This will be our longest and most trying challenge yet, and this will be recorded over multiple weeks, possibly months. I am currently in the Laughing Miner pub in Keldergrim, where we will begin our brewing journey, and we will be starting today with cider and be brewing every type of ale, and hopefully it will culminate in the great collection of alcohol that we can make ourselves in RuneScape. I like this pub. We talked to the barmaid here, said welcome to the Laughing Miner pub. There's also a guy walking around outside, a dwarf to be precise, and he got fired by the Red Axe, and now he's just drunk. They just pay him to advertise the pub, walk around, and yeah, sounds like a pretty good job to me. There he is, the rowdy dwarf. Good on him. But we're here upstairs for the brewing process. We have Blunderbeer here, and he can tell us about the process. You can ask him how to brew ales and how to brew cider. So if we ask about cider, you can see I've looked up a little bit of information prior to this because I have apples, buckets, and a pot in my inventory. But he tells us that we'll need some apples. We'll need to crush them using the cider press. Right, so there's 4 apples to a full bucket of apple mush, and 4 buckets of mush will fill up the fermenting vat. Right, so here's our cider press here. So let's see what to do. We have our cooking apples. Let's use those on the apple press. Alright, so there we are. I'm speechless. I had not done that before. I had never seen that animation. That is fantastic. Alright, well, there we have our first bucket of apple mush. Let's do that again. So we add the 4 apples in. And then jump on top to squish them up. This is going to be a great process. Alright, we've got our 4 buckets of apple mush. Now we can add those to the fermenting vat. There we go, adding 1 at a time it seems. It's 2 added. 3 and 4 buckets of our hard-fought, hard-pressed apple mush. But we're going to need some yeast to activate everything and produce some alcohol. So we can ask our friend here if he has any spare ale yeast. But he doesn't have any spare pots, so luckily we've got a pot already, and he'll fill it for 25 GP. So please fill my pot with ale yeast. Yeast on the fermenting vat. Alright, and now wait very, very patiently. Alright, here we are at the hops patch in Yaneel. I will plant some barley seeds, as we'll need this to make all of our ales. Alright, and now we will plant our hammerstone seeds for our Dwarven stout. And we'll compost just for good measure. Alright, so we'll wait patiently for our hops and our barley to grow, and then we'll be ready to brew. Okay, it looks like our barley has grown. We are now able to harvest. Just to think that this is the base of one of the most beautiful things in the world, a beer. And we're going to be needing lots more, so let's plant some more barley. And now we're off to our hops. Is our hammerstone hops. Excellent, they have grown. Let's harvest these, as these will help us make our Dwarven stout. Some clips will definitely have snow, and some definitely won't. With the winter theme, I'll kind of turn it off and on. I get a bit sick of it after a little while. Alright, there's all our hops. Let's plant our Asgardian seeds for next time. Perfect. Okay, now believe it or not, I have actually been doing some trouble brewing lately. With all ales, it has roughly a 5% chance to mature, which will enhance the stats of that brew. Now, we can increase that chance by buying some stuff, or some of the stuff. This is from doing the Trouble Brewing minigame, which if you'd like me to show you how that's done, please let me know in the comments, and I will be happy to do sort of a Trouble Brewing guide, or at least just a little video of me trying to get through Trouble Brewing. We spend our pieces of 8 that we get from Trouble Brewing on the stuff, so if we value that, currently costs 50 pieces, so we'll buy 1 for now, and there we go, we have that. Now, this is what we'll be adding to our fermenting vat to increase the chance of maturing our ale. Next, we have to take a little trip to our favourite kitchen, as we have some of the ingredients to make an ale, though not all of them. So we're going to need to fill our buckets here with water, so we need 2 buckets of water. In addition, we don't just use barley, we use barley malt, which is obtained by cooking the barley on a range. So there we go, we get barley malt. Actually doesn't give any experience in cooking, which, you know, just when you thought brewing could get even more useless, well, there you have it. Let's go to our house, and we'll use the spirit tree to go to the Green Exchange, as we can take a trip from the Green Exchange to Keldagrim, where we're doing our brewing. When I was showing how to brew the cider, I didn't really show how we got there. There are multiple ways to get there, but perhaps the most fun is travelling on this trapdoor on the minecarts. Whee! Very fun. And let's get started on making a Dwarven stout. Right, so first we're going to be using buckets of water on the fermenting vat. 1 and 2. Excellent, now it's filled with water. We'll use our barley malt on the fermenting vat. That's 1. Does it add both for us? Yes, it does. There we go. Now we've changed the color of our water. Now this is where we add the stuff. Right, so if we examine the stuff, apparently good for brewing. That's all it tells us. A high alc value of 3. Fantastic. But let's add that in. So this will increase the chance that we mature our Dwarven stout from 5% to 36%. Right, so let's add the stuff into the fermenting vat. And that consumes it, so we'll have to do more trouble brewing in the future. We have our 4 Hammerstone hops, so let's use those on the fermenting vat. There we go, he's adding the hops now. Excellent, there we see a change in the liquid in there again. Now we'll talk to our buddy here. Since we brought a pot of our own, he can give us some spare ale yeast. 25 GP, what a bargain. Thank you very much. Ale yeast to the fermenting vat, and get that process started. Fantastic. Now we'll have no way to know exactly when this is done. It will take between 1 to 5 days, but we've started the fermentation. So let's return and hope that we have a mature Dwarven stout, but we should have a Dwarven stout nonetheless. Okay, we are back. We have returned after, I don't even want to say how long IRL, but look at that beautiful black stout in that fermenting vat. We are ready to obtain our Dwarven stout. So here we go. Right, so first we'll have to turn our valve to drain the contents of the tank into our barrel. All that time, all that effort, 215 cooking XP, love that for us. Use the beer glass. Mature Dwarven stout, baby, it's matured. The stuff did its job. Oh, beautiful. How good is that? How good. 8 glasses do we get out of this, I'm pretty sure. Look at that beautiful stout. Oh, I love that. Mature Dwarven stouts. Let's check the price of these babies. Oh, we've hit the jackpot, boys! Yeah, alright. I think it's time to move on to our next brew. Now, what is it? Because you better believe I've forgotten. Asgardian Ale. I think we're going to need to go farm some Asgardian hops. Excellent. And we've returned to our hops patch, and we have Asgardian hops ready to harvest, baby. Let's grab these beautiful things. Oh, hang on a minute. We should be donning our farmer's straw hat. Oh, that's better. That's better. I think we should go grab our Yanillian hops to plant in the patch. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. Hopefully the weeds have not grown and ruined our beautiful patch. Perfect. In. Shall we compost that so it grows? Excellent. Alright, they'll be ready for our next ale following this one. But let's take these Asgardian hops and get to work on our Asgardian ale. Okay, so now we've got our ingredients to go and make our Asgardian ale. We are going to need to fill up these buckets of water, and there's probably one closer, but what better place to do it than in our favourite kitchen? We don't want the fountains outside the castle, we want this beautiful water here. But we're going to need to teleport to the Trouble Brewing minigame to buy more of the stuff, as indeed we can mature an Asgardian ale as well. So we're on our bike, we're off to see Honest Jimmy. We'll be back to play more Trouble Brewing in the future, as this is the last stuff we can afford. Now it's off to Keldagrim. Whee! Ah, I just realised I didn't bring coins. I didn't bring coins to fill up to get our yeast, so luckily there's a bank around here, isn't there? Oh, it's on the other side of the city. What a shit city. Like dead set. Alright, more than enough cash now. Let's try this again. Whee! Alright, let's get to work on our Asgardian ale. First things first. Let's fill that sucker up with some water. Beautiful. Let's use our barley malt on that fermenting vat. It would help if I remembered to cook the barley. So let's cook that barley first. Barley malt 1, barley malt 2. Alright, back to the brewery. Whee! Third time's a charm, baby! Barley malt in. And you better believe we're going to mature this one as well. 36% chance with our added stuff. Right, let's use our Asgardian hops on the fermenting vat. Beautiful. Look at that lovely colour there. Alright. Champion, give me your ale yeast. Let's use that on the fermenting vat. And bubbling away it is. Alright. We will come back in 1 to 5 days and hope that this one has also matured. Okay, another bit of Trouble Brewing done. We have 50 pieces of 8. It's not too bad, to be honest. You just, even though it's pretty bad, I mean, play the minigame, get a few bottles of rum in the tank, and it goes a bit quicker. Let's buy one of the stuff. Fantastic, what a waste. Favorite kitchen. And fill up some buckets of water. And let's cook our barley to get barley malt. Yep. Beautiful. Let's go to the house and go to the Grand Exchange following that. Whee! It has been a while. Okay, fermenting vat. Vat is filled with Asgardian ale. Love that for us. Okay, I guess we use beer glass on the barrel. I think we need to turn the valve first. Indeed I do. Turn valve. Beautiful. Now let's use the beer glass on our Asgardian ale. Lovely. There we go, we have cooked Asgardian ale. Let's collect all of our glasses here. Beautiful. Alright, so 8 Asgardian ales. Next we are making Greenman's ale. So we're going to fill our fermenting vat with water. Let's use our 2 buckets of water on that. Next, let's use our barley malt that we just cooked. This is where we're going to chuck in our stuff as well. This will increase the chance of it maturing from 5 to 36%. Then we'll use our 4 Harrowlanders on the fermenting vat. Then we'll talk to Blenderbeer here. And we need some ale yeast champion. Brought my 25 GP, got my empty pot. Please, thank you. Then we use the ale yeast on the fermenting vat. And we'll let that start to make our beer and ferment. So we'll wait 1 to 5 days. Giddy up. Whee! God, I love riding this little cart. Greenman's Ale, mature Greenman's Ale. Oh, I love that. It's matured. How good is the stuff? So good. Yep, it's emptied our... Oh, in our keg. Beautiful. Let's fill up the mature Greenman's Ale. +2 herb lore for each one. How good is that? Alright, so now we have made Greenman's Ale, or in this case, mature Greenman's Ale. I wonder if we're the only person in the game that has this item. You can't imagine many people have them. Let's get a quick price check on these. Ho ho ho! Yeah, baby! Quick money making method, good from us. Alright, so now we've made cider, Dwarven stout, Asgardian ale, and Greenman's ale. Let's make a wizard mind bomb. Right, so let's go collect our Yanillian hops. Beautiful. Oh my god, someone is actually collecting hops. Good on ya. Good on you, mate. Look at these beautiful Yanillian hops. Amazing stuff. Alright, we'll plant our Crendorian seeds. Beautiful. And of course I left my compost in the bank. So let's go get that. Alright, we'll chuck the ultra compost. Ooh, a sandwich. Please. Chocolate. Yummy. Oh, good little snack that to go with beer. Bit of chocolate and beer never hurt. Okay, so I've just finished up with essentially a solo round of trouble brewing. There's only one other guy and he's standing up next to the water. I actually don't mind it. I've said this before. It's a bit long, like 20 minutes a game is long. But the, yeah, 5 bottles of rum. Can't be too displeased with that. And because I've done actually a lot in the game, I should get more than enough pieces of 8. So now we don't have to do this anymore, and we should have enough to buy enough stuff to at least attempt to mature all of our ales. Love that. The final steps of our long cooking journey. Look at that, 96 pieces of 8. Not as much as I got last game, but yeah, killed it, mate. Too easy. Let's have a look in the bank. If we pull out our pieces of 8. 238, there we go. Perfect. 300 pieces. So we've got 6 brews left, I think. And that's 6 chances to mature them there. Use barley on the cooking range. Yummy barley malt. Now let's fill our buckets up. Perfect. Let's get a fire. Oh, we don't need a fire room to go to the Grand Exchange, but why not? I'll tell you what we do need though. Our chef's hat. There we go. Can't go anywhere without that. Could just use the spirit tree that's in my house, but look. Alright, off we go. Whee! Bucket of water on fermenting vat. Excellent. Barley malt on fermenting vat. Next we'll add our very hard-earned the stuff. Then 4 Yanilian hops to give us some ale yeast. Perfect. Use that ale yeast on the fermenting vat. Perfect. Now let's hope that one matures and we get a mature Wizard Mind Bomb. And we are off to Canifis through our Carol portal. And we're going to check our mushrooms. I think I have some mushrooms here. No, I don't. I'll have to plant some mushrooms. Alright, so we'll set up our mushrooms for next time in a bit. Let's first go get our Crandorian hops at least, as we're going to need those to make our Dragon Bitter. Whee! Okay, up the stairs we go. Let's hope it's ready. Let's hope it's ready. Examine. Wizard's Mind Bomb. Perfect, baby. Excellent. Alright, in that case then, we're going to turn our valve. Love that. And we use our beer glass. Let's see if it's matured. It did not. Well, that kind of sucks. But we still cooked our, or brewed, our Wizard's Mind Bomb. I know. I only brought 1 bucket of water. Can I stop screwing this up? I need another bucket of water. Whee! Okay, let's do this again. 2 buckets of water into our fermenting vat. 2 barley malt. Right, then we'll add the stuff before we add our hops. Excellent. Add Crandorian hops. Next, we'll have to talk to Blender Beer to see about some ale yeast. That will get the process started. Ooh, look at that beautiful color. Beautiful. All right, let's use that on our fermenting vat. And there we go. The process has started. Dragon Bitter is fermenting in this vat. Love that. Okay. See you when we come back. Okay, and here we are. We are back to check on our Dragon Bitter. Let's examine the fermenting vat. Mature Dragon Bitter. Yeah, baby. Beautiful. How many people have made mature Dragon Bitter? Let's turn this valve, get it into our keg. Beautiful. And fill up our beer glasses. Oh, doesn't that have an amazing color? Wow. That looks awesome. It's like some beautiful red ale. A big, strong red IPA. Beautiful, baby. Or Flanders red as well. Some kind of lambic. This looks bloody beautiful. There we have it. Mature Dragon Bitter. +3 strength, -6 attack. What an absolutely useless beverage. But we've made it. That is beautiful. Now we are on to Moonlight Mead. So we have some mushrooms growing, if I'm not mistaken. Let's head over to Canifis and harvest those bad boys. And 4. Perfect. Okay, that's all we need. Let's go to brew. Whee! At least we get to do this again. Okay, so we know the process now. We use our buckets of water first, fill up our fermenting vat, and we use our barley malt. Then we'd like the chance to mature it, so we use the stuff. Then we talk to Blender Beer and get some ale yeast, and we add that in after adding our 4 mushrooms. Ooh, look at that yucky color from the mushrooms. Add ale yeast to get that process started. And there we go. If we examine the fermenting vat, Moonlight Mead is fermenting in this vat. Beautiful. See you in 1 to 5 days. Okay, we are back in Lumbridge Kitchen for some more brewing. Pre-brewing activities at least. We're cooking our barley malt. And we're filling our buckets of water. Alright, we've got everything else we need to go collect our current brew and get our next one underway. Whee! Love this part. Okay, we're upstairs here. If we examine our fermenting vat, beautiful. Vat is filled with moonlight mead. Right, let's turn the valve. Looks like it didn't mature. That sucks. But we're doing a pretty good job of getting them to mature so far, I think. A decent record. We've had a few mature rails. And there we go. Moonlight mead. Beautiful. There are our 8 pints of moonlight mead. It is literally just food, no additional effects. This will just heal us 4 hit points. So let's get our next brew underway, which will be the Axeman's Folly. Right, so we'll add our water, of course. Then we'll add our barley malt. Before we add our ingredients, we will add the stuff to try and get it to mature. Some more ale yeast. Let's not add that just yet. Let's add our oak roots. Then we add our ale yeast. And that should begin fermenting. Axeman's Folly is fermenting in this vat. Beautiful. Okay. See you in another 1 to 5 days. Hello and welcome back. We are back in our kitchen, filling up our buckets of water and cooking our barley because we're off to do more brewing. But we're going to have to take a stop in the Currend Castle courtyard to chat to our friend the baker to buy 1, 2, 3, 4 chocolate bars and then use our knife on them to get some chocolate dust, as we'll need 4 chocolate dust in order to make the next brew in our list, which is the Chef's Delight. So let's go collect our Axeman's Folly first. Whee! Oh, Axeman's Folly's fermenting. It's not even done. Oh. Whee! Wonder if it's matured as well. Let's examine the fermenting vat. Mature Axeman's Folly. How good. That is fantastic. Oh my god. There's another guy here. This guy's an absolute legend. So he's getting Chef's Delight and Greenman ales for his house. I'm shocked. I cannot believe there's another guy here. That's bloody awesome. Alright, well let's collect our Axeman's Folly. Mature Axeman's Folly. Look at that thing. That looks great. Nice little brown ale. Oh, this guy's just called me out too. He's like, you got the stuff for your mature Greenman's ale? I literally left it in the bank. Alright, let's chuck our water in here. We've done this process enough times now. We know how it all works. Let's chuck our barley malt in there. Let's add the stuff. And let's add our chocolate dust. Thanks, champion. And we'll add the ale yeast into the fermenting vat, which we examine that now. We'll say Chef's Delight is fermenting in this vat. Perfect. Let's hope that it matures. See you in 1 to 5 days. Okay, here we are to harvest our wild blood hops. Don't know why I brought this seed dibbler, because we're not planting anymore. This is our last harvest. We've got 4 hops we need to make a beer. We'll leave these there as an homage to cooking every food in the game. Whee! How good are these cards? Oh, and a fellow adventurer. Love that from you, Bazooka Joe. Climb up the stairs here. Come on, be ready, be ready, be ready, be ready, be ready, be ready. Chef's Delight is fermenting. Oh. And we are back 1 to 5 days later. We have our beautiful bright yellow Chef's Delight completed. With mature Chef's Delight, I'm sorry, in the vat. How good is that? Oh, beautiful. +6 cooking boost. That's bloody awesome. And we have all the ingredients in our inventory to create Slayer's Respite, with the potential, of course, for it to mature as well. We've had a pretty good success rate of mature ales. Once the Slayer's Respite's finished, I will check all of our brews and we'll see exactly how good our luck has been. Alright, so we well and truly know the process by now. We add the water, we use our barley malt that we've cooked, then we'll add our stuff. Please fill our pot, there we go. We'll add our hops to our fermenting vat. Then we'll add the yeast that we just purchased off Blender Beer there into the fermenting vat. Now if we examine, Slayer's Respite is fermenting in this vat. Okay, the last brew. It's the last one. This is essentially the end of our cooking journey. We've cooked every single one of these brews. We've cooked bloody every single one of these foods. And for the final time. Whee! This could be our final thing we've cooked in the game. Oh, that does not look ready. Fermenting. Ah, well, okay. Come back later. Whee! That was a good one. Okay, come on. Is this our last brew? Have we done it? Have we cooked every food in the game? Have we done it? Come on, baby. I want to see it. Please. Oh, Slayer's Respite is fermenting in this vat. Oh, it's still fermenting. Oh. Why? Whee! Had to get in a long wee for the last one. And bright green color. Examine. That is filled with mature Slayer's Respite. Oh, it's just meant to be. Our final brew has matured. I'm so happy I forgot to put on my pants. Okay, that is awesome. Yes. All right, let's turn this valve and get our final cooking XP of the series. 479, beautiful. Let's collect our mature Slayer's Respite. Oh, how good. +4 Slayer, absolutely useless in the face of a wild pie, but what are you going to do? We must be one of the only people with this item in the game for sure. And what an item to finish on. A green beer for our green outfit. We've been donning this outfit for 50 episodes. We've cooked literally every food in the game. Never thought we'd get here, but here we are. Let's price check these items that I'm sure no one has. Oh yeah, another 50k each. Love that for us. And that's it. I mean, we've really done it. We have brewed all the brews. We've waited a long time for them to mature and we've had to do trouble brewing. We've farmed our own ingredients. For a lot of the series, we've collected our own ingredients. What a journey. I am beyond belief that I've gotten here and that we've done this. We've literally cooked every food in the game. And it's about here that I would say see you next time. But for this series, this is it. This is the final episode. We've cooked every food in the game. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for subscribing, for liking the videos, for those that have left comments, for those that have sent in clips of cooking food to help the series, for extra tips, everything. I really appreciate it. This is what started me making Old School Runescape videos, and there's plenty more to come on the channel in the future. So thank you. Until the next series, farewell. As an extra bonus clip here, have a look at all this stuff in my bank. This cooked meat has been here since episode 1, and we experimented with the other meats, the thanky meats, the undead meats, and weird meats you get from Darkmire. We've got pies, we've got fish, we've got gnome food, snails, cocktails, pies, nettle tea, jubblies, cakes, pizzas, potatoes, Zora scales, sea turtles, all our beautiful wines and beers. How absolutely beautiful. Thanks again. I'll see you next time.